After one day of Olympic competition, history has been made in the pool. For China, it was the first Chinese man to win a swimming title. And for American swimmer Ryan Lochte, it was an amazing display of raw power. Lochte dominated the 400-meter individual medley, touching the wall a full 3 seconds before the silver medal finisher. Fellow American Michael Phelps, who has 16 medals from previous games, actually finished fourth. Our Pedro Pinto has more now from the first day in the water and the triumphs for the United States and for China.
Day one, it's China who sit on top of the medals table early on. But Italy have a day to remember on Saturday as well. They managed a clean sweep in the women's individual foil event. In fencing, there was gold for Elisa Di Francesca in the individual foil, beating her compatriot Arianna Arrigo into silver, with 3 times former champion Valentina Vezzali winning bronze. While their men's archery team, needing a 10 from their final arrow, pipped the USA to gold by just a single point.
Right, let's hear how the papers here in the UK are reporting the first full day of the Olympic Games, which of course brought lots of tension, excitement and of course the inevitable disappointment. The Observer refers to exactly that, referring to the 14-time Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps, who lost out on a medal in the 400 metres. The Sunday Telegraph picks up on a smiling picture of the Queen after her much talked about, much approved, it must be said, role in the opening ceremony. Here she is returning to the Olympic Park less than 9 hours after that moment when she was meeting the athletes. And the Queen pictured again, this time the Sunday Mirror, that's a tabloid paper, with the quote, "It was a bit of a laugh," apparently, referring to her first and perhaps only cameo performance next to James Bond. And finally, the Independent focuses on President Assad's tanks in Aleppo, Syria's second city, as we've just been hearing the very latest from our correspondent.
Queen Elizabeth came for a look around, fresh from her cameo film role in the opening ceremony in which she'd appeared to parachute into the stadium, James Bond at her side. There is disappointment for some that the Olympic cauldron won't be on general view, remaining instead inside the stadium as it did the last time London hosted the Games in 1948, and others wondered why there were empty seats at sold-out venues. But overall, Britain is basking in the afterglow of Friday's show.
I thought it was stupendous. I hope you enjoyed it. The international reaction seems to be very favourable.
London's mayor isn't one for modesty.
And I don't know what you think, but I think we knocked the spots away. We knocked Beijing's opening ceremony into a cocked hat. It was just brilliant.
They were among the most sought-after sports tickets in the world this summer. So just why are there empty seats at some of the Olympic venues? They all sold out, yet these images show scores of empty seats at events ranging from gymnastics, swimming, beach volleyball and tennis. Little wonder people are angry.
It's a damn shame, you know, it really is sort of, for me, sickening to see empty seats, because there's so many people that want to watch swimming. It's a very, very popular sport, you know, and I think people at home watching the swimming and seeing those empty seats, well, they'll be asking questions, why? And, you know, the Olympic Committee and LOCOG will have questions to answer about that.
Millions of people have their eyes on London for the Olympics, but some of the city's residents have come out in protest against the Games.
On Saturday, 500 people came together to protest against the Olympics in a spot close to the stadium. 45 groups were represented, including labor unions and environmental groups. Some people marched over 2 kilometers, chanting slogans. Residents criticized traffic restrictions and the mobilization of 40,000 security personnel, almost half of them soldiers. They said all these measures were interfering with their daily lives.
Our rulers are using the Olympics to communicate their own political messages about national prestige, about corporate power and about class privilege. If they're going to use the Olympics in that very political way, we have a right to protest.